Today, we'll create this Japanese picture postcard known as Etegami in Procreate. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned Procreate artist, this practice is a great way to enjoy a daily art habit or break the cycle of perfectionism by embracing the beauty of imperfection. First, let me briefly describe what Etegami is and its basic characteristics. Picture letter writing is a spontaneous, expressive Japanese folk art where you draw a picture that is accompanied by a message, usually including 4 main elements. Well, you have your postcard, which is usually made with various weights of rice paper. Then, you start by drawing with black outlines in Sumi, or ink, the traditional Japanese ink. Next, we color in the line work with Gansai, which is a type of Japanese watercolor. You might be familiar with it. Then we write our message, simple yet heartfelt words describing the emotion behind your drawing. Finally, apply your signature seal with a stamp. And if you stick around until the end, I'll show you how to create your own signature stamp brush. If you would like to follow along and achieve this look, jump on my website and download the brushes and canvas used in today's project, available for free at the link in the description. This is a sampler set for the full brush kit that will be available in September, so keep an eye out. Traditionally, picture letters have seasonal themes, so to celebrate the tail end of summer, we'll use this mango shaved ice dessert I got from Unsplash. I'll leave a link for this reference in the description. If you downloaded my brushes for this tutorial, select the spontaneous Sumi brush and select a black color. Then begin the line work from a comfortable point, like the chunky mango topping on the kakigori. Somewhere right here, because you need room for the words, for your message at the top. So let's make it look nice and chunky with simple strokes. Notice we're not doing a preliminary sketch. Just get a good feel for the reference image. Take your time. Then begin making your strokes. Kind of going for the chunkiness here. It doesn't have to be exact. Just use the reference, well, as a reference. In the practice of picture letter writing, there's a concept known as living lines or breathing lines. The wobbliness of the unsteady lines is what gives your picture its charm and character. So let your lines breathe. And just accept how the drawing emerges on your canvas. Also fight that reflexive urge to two finger tap or undo your strokes, or any stroke that you don't like, or any mistakes. I know, it's hard. I'm fighting the urge right now. And don't be afraid to take your picture out of bounds. Another characteristic of Etegami is to draw the outline so large it goes off of the postcard. The textures of the shaved ice using the Sumi brush. Try to capture the flakiness of the ice. Almost meditate on it. Now I'm going to draw the bowl. I think I'll give it a little rim right here. And you can do whatever you like with this. Like, I might add a mint leaf just to give it a little bit more embellishment. Make little veins in the leaves. Whoops. See, I wanted to undo that stroke I just made, but just let it stay there. Just let it go. That's how you fight that. Like, oh my God, it has to be so perfect. No, it doesn't. Just let yourself accept the way it comes out. Let yourself accept it. Again, I know it's hard, but it's okay. All right, that's good. Now we begin applying color. Select the Gansai brush. And then select this pale yellow color right here. And then on a new layer, underneath your line work, begin applying the color by using a light touch. It's a very pale color, so you may not notice it right away. But this is going to be the base. Oh, by the way, the size should be about 8%. Or you can do 17% to go a little faster. You can leave the bottom open and leave little white spaces here and there. To represent the shaved ice. Okay, that's pretty good. Now select kind of a peachy color, an intense peach color. And use that 8% size. And then kind of like tap or dab on the syrup. That's soaking through the shaved ice. just to give it some sort of dimension. You can also apply color around the base of the ice, of the flaky ice, and then tap and hold your blender icon, and then to use the same brush as we're drawing with or painting with, and then kind of slowly move this up. Blend it upwards. Here and there to give the appearance of the ice being soaked with the mango syrup. Like that. Now we're going to choose this nice juicy mango-y color. And maybe a little lighter. Right there. Alright, and then we're going to paint in, keeping that 8% size. We're going to paint in the mango chunks at the top. Again, leaving a few white spaces open here and there. It doesn't matter if the color goes out of the lines either. That kind of adds to the spontaneity. With this Gansai brush, the more pressure that you apply, the more intense the color is. Usually with a watercolor type brush, you don't usually lift your pencil, but here it's fine. Now you can mimic this color in other parts of the kakigori. More of the syrup is absorbing through the ice, like that. All right. I'm kind of following the curves of my ink strokes, coloring around them. Now, you can also kind of give a touch more depth by selecting a darker version of our mango color and just go around the base just a bit to one side. And then where there may be shadows, just to give it a touch more depth. And then maybe a highly saturated, brighter mango color. Maybe a little bit lighter, a little more toward the yellow side. and hit those tips a bit. Well, the tips of the mango chunks. Like that. Okay, now we're going to select a light green color, kind of like a yellowish green color, like right around here. And with, of course, the same brush on the same layer, by the way, we're going to start filling out our garnish. I'm going to go ahead and say these are mint leaves, although they don't really look like mint leaves. But they give me the impression of mint leaves. All right. And now a darker color, like right around here. And then just kind of follow your outlines, color around the outlines. Of the veins of the mint leaves. If you really don't want to go outside the lines, by the way, you can just hit alpha lock, though I really wouldn't recommend it. And that's it on our leaves. Now to paint the dish. So with your Gansai brush, on the same layer, choose a very light blue, bluish, blue-greeny kind of color, and then lightly go over the entire dish. With that light blue color. Color it in pretty well. Then we're going to choose a darker version of that color, somewhere right in here. And then right along the very bottom of the dish, we're going to color it in just like that. And then on top of this line, we're going to choose kind of a turquoisey color. Right in here. Or maybe a little lighter. And then go right above that. Using that same Gansai brush as a blender, stroke upwards, giving it a little bit of texture, kind of like exactly the way we did it with the ice. Maybe not blend it out as much as I did. I'm going to add a little bit more color. And then using my Gansai brush as the blender, push it upwards. And big chunky strokes. Like that. Just like that. Alright, now we're going to use a khaki color, as you can see, right in here. Kind of a nice khaki color. And this entire time we've been having this brush set to 8% in size. And then we're going to make the indentations as you see on the dish, the indentation pattern. And it's really simple. Just make the little indentation design, kind of follow the blend marks that you just made. It doesn't have to be precise. Remember, we're embracing our imperfections. There we go. A little bit there. And again, using the Gansai brush as blender, just kind of make it more dimensional with the blur. Let's set that to about 7 or 8%. The blender size is 7 or 8%. And then just soften those lines and add a little bit of dimension using your blender, or using the Gansai brush as blender. I keep saying blush. Ignore that. When I mean blender brush. There we go. All right. And then that's it. There's your kakigori dessert. All right. Now, all you need to do is go into brushes, select Etegami Fude, which is a brush, and on a layer above your line work, select black, and then you can write any message you like. I'm going to write it's a juicy fruit summer. And then finally, I'll add my signature stamp. Well, how about we make it less crooked? Like that. Oh, wait. How about, now I'm going to show you how to make this signature stamp brush. Okay, to make this signature stamp seal, or signature seal stamp, select a 2500 by 2500 canvas, or create a 25 by 2500 canvas, and then under the Procreate brushes, scroll down to inking, and then choose the dry ink brush. Whoops! Then choose the dry ink brush. Select a black color, and you can create any shape you want, square, circular, oval. I think I'm going to do kind of a narrow rectangle. There we go. Kind of messed up there. Okay, close that little section. Now generally you can just fill the shape like that, but we're not going to do that this time. We're going to go under select. Make sure that you select automatic, and then tap inside the shape. Then go back to your brush and make sure you're still on the dry ink brush. You can make it larger. And then kind of fill it in. The reason why I use the dry ink brush, because it actually kind of gives the same texture as a real carved stamp. Signature stamp. And you'll see that white line that appears around, and in this case it's fine because there is a seam around actual Hanko stamps. So enjoy that, deselect, and you might want to like fill in a couple areas of that white line here and there just to give it a more organic feel. All right. Now the next thing I do is under eraser, under the erasers, I go down to the drawing folder and select the Evolve brush, but we're using this as an eraser this time in order to provide a little bit more texture. So I'm going to round the corners just on the outside of the stamp shape, just to give like a nice little broken, worn edge here and there, very gently. On the outer corners here and there. Whoops, a little bit much. That's good. Just like that. Now go back to your dry ink brush, create a new layer, and then select a white color. And then you can put your initials or anything that you like. Design it how you like. So I'm going to put my initials for Lilly Undercroft. So I'm going to make a nice curly L and a fancy curly U. Boop. And then you can add little doodads. Doop. Just like that. Isn't that cute? Okay, so now that you've created this, and if you're happy with your design, merge the two layers together. Sometimes I will fit it to canvas just so I can have a higher resolution for my stamp. Now, go up to the top and add a new folder for your new brush. So hit the plus sign and label it signature stamp or something that you can remember. I don't know, let me see if I can spell signature. There we go. Okay. And then hit the plus sign to create a new brush. Oh, just a moment. I forgot something. Cancel that. The first thing we have to do is copy this shape. So go to the wrench and then at the bottom here, select copy canvas and then tap out of that. Now we hit the plus sign to create a new brush and then under shape, select shape, select edit, and then select import, then paste. Now you want a 2-finger tap to invert that shape. And now you're done. going to go into stroke path and max out the spacing. Whoops. Make sure your rendering is an intense glaze. Under Apple Pencil, we're going to increase the size. Increase the under properties. Increase the maximum size to about 400 or 500, or just make sure it's pretty high, somewhere about 500. And there's your stamp. That's good. And then about this brush, you can rename it My Signature. Done. And done. So let's start this, create a new layer. You can turn off your original design layer. Select a crimson color, traditionally, like this color right in here, as you can see. And which is the traditional color of these stamps. And see what you got there. Ta-da! Now you have your own signature stamp brush or seal. Ta-da! And that's it. Now you can go back to your Etegami design. I'm going to switch it out, put my new stamp brush here. Oh, I have it on the same layer, so I'm going to just erase it. I'll put on a different layer, just in case I decide I want to change it out again. And then select my stamp brush, and whoop, too big. Let's make it a little smaller. And there's my new stamp brush. And there you have it. Your picture letter is complete. Congratulations! Okay, the most important step now is to share your work. I mean, we write letters so they can be sent. So, print your card out and mail it, or display it, or share it on social media. Etegami is a fun addition to a daily sketch practice that can help to loosen you up before your regular artwork. Experiment and add your own unique touches. And feel free to tag me on Instagram so I can see all of your lovely Etegami pieces. If you enjoyed this project and want to see more, make sure to subscribe and leave a comment saying what type of food you would like to draw next, or ask questions about illustrating food in Procreate. Then we can geek out about food illustration together. Finally, sign up to my Garden Cafe newsletter. You'll gain access to the Spice Rack, where you'll get exclusive content, updates, and special offers straight to your inbox. Just click the link in the description below to join. Thanks for watching. Stop by again to see what's cooking.